All right, so marriage is something that's on everyone's calendar. Well, most people anyway. Most people I know want to get hitched, want to have a nice family, and just live a happy life, maybe with a car, a dog, a beautiful house, kind of thing. But what are the signs that you're not ready to get married? Are there any? Most people would tell you that days or sometimes even hours before they get married, they tend to second guess themselves and wonder if they're actually doing the right thing. Well, you have a heads up in today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of signs that will glaringly show that you are not ready to get hitched. Keep watching. Welcome back. My name is Jessica and this is my channel. Remember, if you'd like to talk to me beyond, the videos that I create on this channel, you can always join my Patreon community. Go to patreon.com/JessicaOS and sign up as a VIP. I'll be happy to hop on a video call with you as soon as possible. With that being said, a special shout out to all the patrons in my community. Gentlemen, the love is deep. Really appreciate you, and I hope that I bring you value. But let me say a big thank you to today's sponsor, Passion Air. If you're ever in Ghana and you're looking to explore the country, there's no better way to fly than with Passion Air. They will travel to every single meaningful location you can think of, and it's the fastest way to get around. So yep, thank you, Passion Air, for sponsoring today's video. And of course, I live my life with passion. All right, so let's jump into it. Signs that you are not ready to get married. Signs, okay. Number one, you've known your partner for just a short while. Now, it's been 2 months, 3 months, 6 months maybe, and you guys have been having an absolutely amazing time. You see them, your heart begins to beat a little faster. You're in love. You think about them all the time. This certainly means that you can tie the knot with them, yes? Not really. And I say this only because, not to say or debunk the fact that there are people who have gotten married some 6 months, for instance, after meeting and don't have successful relationships. But usually you want to be sure that it's not infatuation that you're feeling and nothing more than that. How do you know it's not infatuation? Well, just give it a little time and see if the way that you felt on the first day, on the second day, in the first week, in the first month is something that you continue to feel 1 year, maybe even 2 years if you have the time, after your relationship has sort of taken off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're going to continuously feel the way you felt from day one about your partner. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is that you want to be sure that it's not just infatuation. So what is infatuation? It's an intense but short-lived admiration or passion for someone or something. And what a lot of people don't realize is usually what they initially feel about their partner, reason why they'd want to get hitched, is infatuation and not actually love. And over time, this intense feeling begins to dwindle very fast. And if you don't take your time to really go through this one, you might end up with a ring on your finger and being very unhappy because you realize that you did not take your time to jump into this one. If what you're feeling is actually the real deal, trust me, the love will last, and it will give you a better perspective or opinion about this person you're about to walk down the aisle. Number two, you're uncomfortable sharing your deepest, darkest secrets. If you're going to marry someone, I would want to believe that it should be through and through. Like, you either drink deep or not at all. And if this person you're about to settle with isn't someone you can confide in and not feel as if you stood in the middle of a marketplace and shouted your secret out loud to everybody's hearing, then you might want to take your time a little bit, because this isn't something that you should be rushing into. Trust in any relationship is a really big deal. And if you don't feel like you can trust them with the things that really matter to you, with your darkest sides, then what's the point of jumping into a relationship like this? Note, a healthy, loving marriage should be a relationship between two people who know each other's secrets and still decide to get together or stick together. If you're hiding something significant, like a really bad past, like really huge debts and stuff like that, you could be starting your marriage off on a very wrong foot. Number three, you don't fight well. And by this I mean, if your couple's pattern of conflict resolution ends up in one person always giving in to the other, not necessarily because they're happy or satisfied, but more to like just move it along or bring peace, then I don't think you're really ready. Because you see, when it comes to how you guys deal with the things that you deal with the challenges that are thrown your way, it is always important that both of you feel as if you've been heard. Both of you are able to sit down and discuss the issues that are causing conflict in your relationship, and one doesn't walk away like feeling shortchanged. You understand? Listen, if one of you consistently gives in to the other just so tempers don't flare or to bring peace in the relationship, it is going to breed resentment very quickly in this marriage that you're about to embark on. And so if you don't fight fair, if you don't fight well, that is a big red flag that you may not be ready to tie the knot. Number 4. So number 4 sort of piggybacks off number 3, where it's you don't fight at all. Now, here's my take. If you're not fighting at all, it could mean that you're not actually getting down into the hard stuff. You know, you're not having those hard, difficult conversations because you're two separate individuals coming from different, walks of life, coming together to create something beautiful. If you're not fighting at all, you should know that that's not actually the norm. It is very normal for couples to butt heads and couples to fight or have misunderstandings or disagreements in their relationship. In actual fact, that helps every couple sort of get to know the perspective of their significant other, and also to sort of figure out whether this is something you want to continue to commit to, especially if you don't see eye to eye and you don't see any maybe resolution in your future. So don't be too happy to say, oh, we never fight. You may never fight because you're not digging deep enough. And for me, it's in your own interest to do so. Get on the touchy subjects, ask about kids, ask about finances, ask about what kind of school your children will, attend, if that's the thing you want to do, but really go and dig deep, ask meaningful questions that will bring out very interesting perspective. So at least you're making an informed decision before you jump into this marriage. Number 5, you have different values. Completely different values. Values do not line up when it comes to important issues. Now, you love spending time with your partner, but as you continue to spend time with them, you realize that you guys have very different thought processes, values, and morals that could potentially harm your marriage if you should jump into it. You have huge differences when it comes to money, how to spend it, children, leisure, religion, etc. These are all very important conversations that need to be had if you're going to be able to make anything meaningful and if you're going to be able to live a happy married life. Marrying someone means marrying all of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if at this point you cannot see eye to eye, you cannot come to a compromise on how to proceed and to walk this journey together, then maybe, just maybe, you're not ready for it. Number 6, you have a wandering eye. Yes, I had to go there. So you're someone who's still courting attention from other people. You can't stop flirting with your ex, or you're flirting with some colleagues, or basically you're receiving so much attention from everyone else in addition to attention that you get from your partner. If you continue to do such things, maybe you're not ready to settle down. And you need to do some introspection to be sure that this is something you want to do. You see, because love is a decision. And when you decide to walk a path with someone, everyone else needs to fade away into the background. If there are new people who keep popping up, make sure they know that you're in a committed relationship. Unless, of course, you guys both agree or have some understanding that your relationship will be open and that's how you guys intend to proceed. But so far as you plan on staying in a monogamous relationship, then you should not be courting anyone at all on the side or flirting with other people, in the background. It's disrespectful to your relationship, and it definitely will not be condoned by your partner. So make up your mind whether you want to continue to flirt with multiple people or if you want to be in that committed relationship with the person that you love. Number 7, you aren't sure if you want to settle down. You're not actually sure if you want to settle down. You're in a committed relationship leading to marriage. You're almost there, and yet you have this little voice in your head that's telling you to join dating websites or go on dating apps, and search for other people, or even in just your daily activities, you're sort of still open to meeting new people. New people you can build a life with. That's definitely a sign that you are not ready to go down the aisle. And I would say if that's the space you're in, then please do not entertain any kind of thoughts when it comes to marriage and tying someone to you, because you're not ready to do what you need to do to stay in the relationship. And finally, I would say if you hate to compromise, then you are not ready to get married, because marriage is a lifelong commitment, and it's all about compromising pretty much every step of the way. You will not always be able to dictate to this other human being that's in your life how you want them to live, what you want them to say, how you want them to look. There may be times where they will fight back. And in that case, you have to ask yourself a serious question of whether you're willing to compromise to accommodate the way they would love to live or the way they think, so that the relationship will progress, or, pretty much you're going to be butting heads throughout your marriage. Marriage is about compromise. Love is about compromise. And if you are not willing to bend over backwards for the people that you care about, provided that it's not going against your own morals and your mental health and all that, then I don't see what you have going. If you're not willing to compromise, then I'm sorry to say you're definitely not ready to get married. I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, just smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to grow this family. My name is Jessica. Thanks for watching and listening. See you later.